Okay guys, so today in this tutorial we'll be learning how to design this landing page. This home section. Okay, so first of all we're doing the mobile version before we move over to I'll be doing the desktop version before we move over to the mobile version. So right, so I set up my this thing here already. So yeah, I already set up my this is just basic HTML setup, and then I have my what are they calling it here? I have my CSS already linked and all that. So, um, so we first start with the header. So as you can see, the header is divided into 1, 2, 3. And this place has the buttons, this thing, and then the logo. So, so another place you have, if you look closely now, you notice that this one is shifted to this file, and then this one is shifted. So basically, it's divided into two, and then inside this one is divided into two again. So that's why I'll be calling this one right. So now inside this header right, we have what are they calling it now? We have this navigation and then buttons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll use another list for it. Oh, so so now holding the control alternate and then using the down arrow I can duplicate this particular line. So the navigation is into 3, so I'll make 4 more of it. Cool. So first one is this about us trails guide. And then the last one is blog. So sorry, this thing shouldn't be here, should be here, and this one should be here. So looking at this now, I used an unordered list and then the li list, and I added use this a tag so that it can be a link clickable without having to add any JavaScript like on click or whatever. So just to make it easier. So and then the last part now is these buttons. Okay, so after the let me reduce this thing a bit. I hope you can still see it. So after the navigation, then you now have the other buttons type. So header, buttons, log in and get started. I'll give it a general class so that the styling can be easier for me. Yeah, so rather than BT, shift alternate and then come down. For this one, so let me call it BTN BG. So because this one has a background and then this one doesn't. So login and then get started. So yeah, so from here now you can see this thing, and then inside this logo area, yeah, so I'll just write an h2 with hike.com. Yeah, oh, this needs a bit out. Let me increase it so that it can come within this radius. So yeah, you may not be seeing it clearly, yeah, because the video is not capturing the entire screen. So I'll bring it closer so you can see everything now. Hike.com, about us, guide, community blog, login, and then get started. So this is basically it. So for me to, we will now go over to the CSS just to style the heading first, and then I want to get the header and then move over into the body. So just the default settings, I'm adding 0, and then yeah, box sizing, border box. So alright, so I've arranged it now so that everything gets displayed very properly. Okay, so not this here, close this one now. Alright, okay, so we've already done the basic styling for our CSS, for the CSS. So now I'll now target this class, and then in my HTML the class is okay, the header. Let me still use the class of header. Okay. So first of all, I'll do display flex. Sorry. So if you look at it now, you see that it has shifted and all that. But before I start going, let me do some general styling. This is I do normally before I start a coding project, but this is just a very minor project, so I wouldn't bother doing that. But all the airline, and then all the A tag, you notice the dots arrow behind the list li, behind the navigation links, and then here, this is to get all the text. So I've removed all those underline. This I will even change the color to default gray. Yeah, okay, so it's okay like that. So I will return this thing to normal. It's 100. Let me increase it a bit. So now the header is display flex, and then align items, center, Justify content. Align item center brings you to the center, but justify content now. We get it to the. We make that space between. If you create that margin, putting both of them at the further end. Okay, so but this we have. If we look at the Figma design, you see there's kind of like zero space here. Um, mm, so you need to get the space that's between the distance. So I'll say pardon for the top and bottom. Let's say 5 pixels, and then left and right is 5 pixels. Okay, yeah, it's more like it. Let me increase that to 35. Cool. So we'll work with this thing with this for now. Yeah, so we're done with the header. I mean, the header in general. We will now go into these ones in detail. So we target this one first of all. And what's the class name here? It's header right. So header right. We also make it display flex. So now it will divide everyone equally. And you know what? Let me just make the header navigation immediately to be display flex so that this thing becomes easier. You know what? I can have other URLs in this. So let me give it a class name of menu list. So over here, dot menu list. Cool. So inside the nav, I will align items to center, then justify content. Because it's having, I say, a definite switch now, so it will be, I don't have difficulty to open it. So still too small. Okay, so there's a gap now, and then I'm going to the menu list, going to this one properly. Go to class name menu list, then li. So the margin top and bottom 0, but then left and right 25 pixels each. Okay, this is not the font we'll be using obviously, huh? So but we will still handle the font. This is not the font that we'll be using. We'll still get to that. Okay, so let me first, but before I import the font, I'll import the font later. Before I import the font, let me go to this thing and then Let me make the font family to be sans serif. Yeah, please, you have something better. And okay. So this is the color for the text, and then the size is 15 pixels. I could have given this in a class name, but no. Let me go this route. Hey. And the color. Cool. And then increase my screen. If I go small and then reset it, then it will become smaller. My screen is quite wide, so that's why it adapts based on screen. So for now, I'll target the buttons. Other buttons. It already has space there. The div will be displayed. So here I'm giving this because okay, this is just the hero section, but if it was the entire design, I'll be doing the button design up, and then that's simply because it will be used multiple times. So let's see what's in the buttons. Okay, we have the color to be black. What else is there? BG is transparent. Okay, so border 0, outline 0. Yeah, so the next one there is the get started. That's the one that's mostly designed. So we're looking at it now. You know what? I'm gonna increase this thing to 10 pixels, but that'll be later. Make it 10. So now for BTN2, we have this thing obviously. I think I gave it BTMBG. Yeah, this class name here. So for BTMBG, but then the color will now be on the background. Okay, so let me check this margin. Adding 10 pixels. Adding 10 pixels. Right. On the top, now this is testing. Other radius. So we gotta reduce now. So let me return this thing to normal. So we see that the test, I kind of still need to increase the distance. And pixels on the top and bottom. Then I should make this one 15. Yeah, that's better. And then let me add a gap of like say, let me do 10 pixels for now. And the button is not much. Yeah, okay. So next thing is that I will now have to install the fonts and then use it accordingly. I have to install the fonts and then use it accordingly here. The font size here should be say 15 pixels. So yeah, that's it. Next thing now, I'll have to import the fonts, and then after importing the font, so that we'll be working with this design. Alright, we stopped here the last time. So now we'll be going on to import the fonts. Going on to import fonts from Google Fonts. So the fonts being used here is, as you can see, the fonts from here you can see that it's Manrope. Don't know if I'm getting the pronunciation right or not. Oh. So let's go to Google. So I'll go to Google, fonts.google.com. That's the link. Fonts.google.com. Fonts.google.com. Okay. Network is a bit slow. So just bear with that. Just network is a bit slow. Fonts.google.com. Why is it taking so much time? Okay. So now we search for the fonts, and here is it. So this is the font, different families, different sizes. So you click on get font. So you can download it and then you can embed the code, but now we'll just be embedding the code. So how to import it? So first we embed it in the head of the HTML. So I've copied it. I'll go to my HTML. So inside the head, first of all, I will comment here. Yeah. This is just to make my code more readable and easier to locate things on it. Okay. So then what else are we to do? Then at the start of CSS font family. This is the only one we've been needing, I mean. So here that we did font family sans serif initially, we now change it Manrope sans serif. So this is how it is before I changed, and this is how it is after I changed it. So you can see it has taken the header immediately. You can notice this very clearly from these ones. So yeah, so we've imported the font now. Okay, and then now to the final part of the video. So from the Figma file, we've done the header, we've concluded the header. Now it will be this part. Now, okay, so I may not go and then start adding all these things, all these icons anyway. I'll just focus on this one and then I'll leave the rest to you. Yeah, so to start with now, first is this thing. Let me shift this thing a bit. Since I cannot move it. Okay. So back to our code. First I'll create a home session, and then inside this home session, let me go to the Figma first. So you see that they're inside this home session. Inside this home session, we now have it's like 3 divs. So the way I will do it is that I'll place 3 divs on top of this, so they continue to lap on it at the center, and then I'll add my tests on top of here, and then likewise this place. So that's basically how I'll be doing it. Alright, so inside the div we have the background, and after the background we now have this text. So here, so this entire place is the session, but now I'm making this place a container or sort of an area. So that's the reason why I created the second div, which is 0 area. So I will now create that text. If you want to create a div with a class name, just to make it very fast, you click dot and then type the class name and it will appear. So we have h2 p tag and then button. The h2 tag says hike, explore, discover. I'll add this thing inside the span because of the gradient, so that I can apply that gradient. So I'll be adding a span hike, explore, discover. Next one is this p tag. I'll copy it. To shorten this thing, press alternate Z so that it will enter the next line into a wrap. And then button saying join community. And if you remember, in our style.css we created a div. Where is that again? We created 2 buttons, button and then btmbg. So the one with background and the one without a background. So it should be easier for me now. So here I will create a button dot btmbg and then join community. And after that button there was an icon there. I already imported it as an image, so that images, I think it should be loading. So I don't think it's here. Oh, I haven't sent it here already. So anyway, we skip that one. So let's take a look at our code. Boom. As you can see now, everything has appeared now. So we haven't done the styling, we just focused on getting it set. Okay, pin this, bring it here. Okay, so it's easier for me to. So now we go on to add. These ones are what you will place absolutely on the screen. Anyway, we'll do that later. I'll do it at the end later, but first of all, let me set this thing at the center, which is more important. So now I will have to go to style.css. So as you can see, I will usually comment my code so that it's easy and then more readable. Inside the home section, home area, I'll make the background it's an image. And then it's mountain hiker. So that's the background. So when we save, let's see what happens. It doesn't show up yet. I'm not using the shorthand because I want so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. Background repeat, no repeat. Background position. And then I have to change the height. Wait, did I make a mistake in the class name? Oh, sorry, I tapped hero area. I was wondering why it wasn't showing. Yeah, so it should have shown a long time ago, but I made a mistake in the class name. Alright, so yeah, I want to use the same. Where is the header again? The same margin, or rather padding. Okay, left and right. Zero on the top and bottom, and then 5 pixels left and right. To solve this. No. Home. Okay, so I have to shift everything inside the home. The session itself now, so that I can create the space. Or I could use margin here instead of padding. So yeah, I guess that's better. Let me use margin. 0 on the top and bottom, that's 5 pixels on the left and right, so that should do it. And then border radius, let's say 10 pixels. This may not be exact border radius, but then I'm not just trying to. These are things that you handle on your own later. I'm just trying to make the point and then show you how you can get through this. Let me try 15 and see how curved it will be. that's good. We can go with that. So I'll first of all go and oh, there's an issue here. You know what? To prevent this issue, let me just use padding on the home session. Yeah, so let me use padding on the home session. Let me see what happens. Yeah, it solves that. So now it's no longer extending. um First of all, this text, I'll hide it. I'll hide the text so that we can handle the background first, those divs, and then so I'll hide the text so that I'll first of all work on that, on these divs, this white background and everything. So I've told you the analogy I'm using. I'll create a div, 3 divs, and then reduce the width simultaneously and then place them on top of this thing. First of all, I'll have to create the div here. So inside the hero area, I'll create a div. I'll give it a class name of top. There's one at the bottom and the one at the top now. So dot top, but then also there it's 3, and the 3 of them have different sizes, so I'll still have to make the different sizes. So I'll be giving them double class names, but the general class name will be top. So to bring to 1, 3, this one will now be the first one, second one, and then the last one. So obviously you should see nothing because it has no width, no height, so nothing is to be shown there. Okay. I'll call them here dot top, background color of white, and then let me give it a width of, let's say by default, let's say 500 pixel, and then height of maybe 300. Let's see. Let me reduce the height a bit now. Okay, and then it has border reduce, obviously 15 pixel, so I can see the height better now. So I'll have to increase the height to, let's say, so I'll be testing it like, yeah, I think that's better now. Alright, so first of all, I'll have to go to this thing, to the hero area, because that's the area I want it to focus. I'll now add position relative there, and then inside this one, position, absolute, yeah, and then okay, so now make the top to be, because the top went up a bit, and you know what, let me just add a bit of padding on the top here. Let me say a little of 15 pixel, yeah, to bring in that a bit, because this one will still go up. So let me make the top -7. And then the left, for now let me say 30%, and then I use the transform so that it will always be at the center. So now take it to 50. Yeah, so it's placed by default at the center here now. Okay, so I'll reduce this thing a bit too. Let me say 5. Yeah, so by default now it's already placed at the center, and as you can see, we're already getting there. We're already getting this curve. One thing else I think we should do, let's leave the height for now. Let's leave the height like that for now. So we have 3 of them. With generally they will take this one, so I'll go to the, I think I gave it class of, let me do this middle, or let's just leave it at what it is, second and third. Width should be 400 pixel, and top, instead of -7 -5, let's make 5% and see how it will be. We reduce this with a bit increase, I mean. Okay, so I think you can see we are getting the point now. So I reduced the width, and then the top I made it 5%. It's still, the left will still be the same thing, because both of them I still want them to be at the center, so the left will still remain the same thing. Okay, and then lastly, for the third, the width 450, 400, and then top should be, let's say 10%. Let's see how it is. So increase this top more. Yeah, so but I think it's not covering. The guy said I know that, so you have to reduce the top a bit. And make it 12. Okay, So to make the head to come out more, I will have to increase the, so that it takes the whole width or the whole height, and then it extends as it should, so the head is more visible now. Yeah, so but what happens is that at the end you have to have some little bit of space in there. You have to scroll down to see the bottom. Yeah. And one other thing, so that we can see the space below. Where is hero? So I'll just go on and then do the 15 pixels for both the top and bottom here. Pixel. Yeah, so you can see the space below now, and then this one on top. I think we are getting closer, and then we haven't handled the first, second, and third. So the next thing now are these tests. Okay, so let me make the test visible. So the tests are now visible. So place the rest on column so that it will go down and stack on top of each other, and then the next one is align items center. Yeah, so it's still below. Even if I add the Z index, you shouldn't bring it to the top. Yeah, and the reason is because these divs are placed at display flex. So for us to be able to see them, we also have to make the tests to be display flex, to be positioned absolute. So see, they still wouldn't come on top, but once we make the position absolute, you see they are come immediately at the top. So I will also let me copy this thing that I used there. Yeah, so but then I'll have to adjust it definitely, obviously. Okay, so the top, instead of -5, I'll start it at 5. Let me see how it is. Okay, it's quite big. Let me say -2. Yeah, I'm coming. These tests I will still make them to adjust, and I'm even thinking of increasing the width, the general width, because from the Figma file you see there are actually small spaces here. Okay, so let me go on and then increase the width. Let's do 700. Whoa. 900. So if this one is 900, then this one should be 850, and the last one should be 800. It's kind of like, I'll just adjust it to, let's start from 800 because my screen is wider. So 750 and 700, but at least you get the point. You can now adjust accordingly. You can now adjust it accordingly as to your own fitting. That's the point. you can increase the height and width and then whatever according to your own fit. That's something you do later. So let me just go to the test now. And then I have the colors here now. So linear gradient for the hero test. So for the span and then the background. Oh. Yeah, the background. Linear gradient. Control V, comma. The next one. Control V, and then the last one. Control V. Yeah. So if you can see, it's coming up from the top to the bottom, but I want it to go from the left to the right. So I'll do 90 degrees. I said 90%. Yeah, so from the left all the way to the bottom, to the right, sorry. Okay, so I'll add the WebKit. Yeah, it should disappear by now. Okay, so and then you add the WebKit text fill color. Where is it? Make that transparent. So it has taken the. So let me explain what happened there. So the background clip, we made it to be text so that the background will take on to the text, and then the fill color, we made the fill color of the text transparent. So because it's not transparent, the background color will now take over, and then that's why it's taking up the background color as its own color. And then if you keep on getting this error, this is what you simply have to do. You can ignore it anyway. So just copy from here till excluding the WebKit, enter, yeah, and it's gone. So the size is 48 pixels. So let's check. Remember I told you I used pan so that that color can work. Oh, I think that's a bit over. Just go with that 5. And then the margin button, you should add maybe like like 5 pixels. Yeah, and then I'll have to reduce this one actually. DP. Hero text which is P, and then go for 2. Is the hero text. So you can always adjust this width and sizes and then everything as it suits you. The next thing are those images that were there. I'll add just maybe one, and then the reason is to it's just to show you how you can place them. So let me go to those slash images, and then I think there was search icon compass. Okay, can't even find it. I think it's here. So I'll give it a class name. Let me say compass, so that I'll use it and identify it in the CSS. You can add the rest. Yeah, this is just a tutorial, not to. I won't be spoon feeding you. I will only show you the tutorial so that you can always find your way around. So inside the compass, let me first of all let me make it position relative. Sorry, absolute. Top, let's say 5%, and then left should be 30%. So you can see it displayed there. So I can now reduce the top because I can see it to 3, and then reduce this one to 20. No, not 35. No, 25. So you can see it here. You can always place it anywhere you want around the text. Okay, so that's it. You can always go around. Now I'll explain to you what you have to do at the bottom. You get the image, you create another div, give it a class name of maybe bottom, and then place it at the left, place the other one at the right, but then the bottom should be the same thing. And then these images, you have to place it absolutely by the left, and this one. So that's basically how you have to go through it, and then that's pretty much it. So thank you for sticking around, and then this is a channel that my main aim is to help you learn to actually code, and not just to feed you, because people end up going through tutorial hell and everything without actually gaining anything. So I'll leave this part to you, and then let me see if you were able to understand the concept I used to get the upper part, and then be able to complete the bottom part. So thank you for watching the tutorial up to this point, and if you stayed up to this moment, please do well to subscribe to the YouTube tutorial, to the channel. And if you like this pattern of teaching that actually pushes you and helps you to learn instead of just feeding you, then you would like me to go through a HTML tutorial for you from the scratch, then you can comment so that I will record the playlist and then teaching you step-by-step tutorial how to start up with coding and then become a good coder. So thank you for watching the video. And yes, I missed one thing. This actually is not my design. It's actually not my design. It was designed by someone else, and then I put tutorial. This is a design. I'll get her name, Messi Ayomide. I'll add a link to her Twitter, to her X platform, so that you can also check out her other design. And thank you for allowing me to recreate and use this tutorial for practice purposes. Okay. So please subscribe to the channel, and then let me know what you think in the comment section. The link to the source code will also be in the description, but I'll add that later. But in the description you get the link, and in the link I will complete the remaining part of the code so that you can be able to go through and then correct yourself in case you made any mistake. So thank you for everything. Thank you. Peace.